It's been a minute and a bit. Welcome to the Bandits Football Podcast. It's Happy New Year and that. Let's start with the Happy New Year's. 2020, what a year. You survived it. We're proud of you. We're proud of ourselves. We made it. Whoop, whoop. Before America kicks off their civil war, we're going to try and bro, it is what it is. We're going to try and get you out a couple of podcast episodes. Today in the house, we have a Man United fan, a Chelsea fan, and the Arsenal fan, myself. Just so, for the guys who listen to this on the podcast and don't get to see Deji's face, Deji is a United fan and he is looking smug as hell.
Yeah, man, you have to enjoy the moment.
You
know how many years it's been?
Sorry?
No, mate. You know how many years it's been?
Yes. Someone actually, Callum, being the troll that he is, put in the group, in our WhatsApp group. Callum is like, oh, United haven't been top of the table since Alex Ferguson.
Bruh.
Yeah. And that is, but anyhow, we'll get into that real good because, everyone has their trials and tribulations going into 2021. I can tell you that for free. So in the house is me, D, the Arsenal fan. And who wants to go introduce yourselves?
Go for it, mate.
Yeah, man, it's Deji out here, United fan, one and only, top of the table.
One and only. Honestly, where do you get that from? I'm also the one and only Callum, Chelsea fan.
Listen, I have to be excited. I have to be gassed out here, man. I can only enjoy it. I've only got how many days until Sunday to enjoy it, bruv? Let me enjoy it.
Until Liverpool decide to, beat the pretenders. But so, hey, let's call it what it is. So we're going into 2021, and I can honestly say each of our clubs had a different ending going of how they ended 2020 going into 2021. Because Arsenal, wow.
You guys
man. But I told you though, man, that you weren't gonna get relegation anyways, man.
Bro, it wasn't even to be fair, it wasn't even the relegation. It was just the watching of some really bad football, bro. It was so painful watching that go again and again. And I think why the Arsenal transformation was so, I had a vested interest in Arsenal turning that shit around because we were going to play West Brom. And
that game disappointed me, man.
What? Yeah, the only reason you care about that game was because you wanted to see me burn a jersey.
You know what's so funny, yeah?
Yeah.
Shout out my brother though. My brother messaged me the day before the game. And he goes, hey, Arsenal's got West Brom, and that's it. He didn't even send another message. I just laughed. And then he didn't send nothing back. He put a smiley face as well, and that was it. I already knew what he was talking about. I was like, yeah? I was like, you remember, yeah?
So, on the day, this was how important that match was. On the day, as that match was happening, you know how I'm on Twitter, and every once in a while, I tweet about the Arsenal games because, at one point, they were just pure banter. But this one, there was no banter. I wasn't even joking around with that shit because I was watching that game and I was just kind of I swear to God, if these motherfuckers make me burn a jersey, I am going to burn someone's car or house. and on Twitter, the moment, I think it was after either the third goal or I was either the second goal or the third goal, I immediately messaged Callum and I was just kind of fuck you, I am not burning a jersey, right? That was how, but the thing with the Arsenal turnaround now is because one of the things that was we didn't get when we were playing badly and we weren't scoring goals, there was this kind of belief in that the entire team was bad. Even I was slightly guilty of that bias because I was just looking at it and was going okay, the entire team is bad. And I had going into an argument with some of my Arsenal friends where some guys were we're a good team playing badly. And honestly, I wasn't feeling that because even when we did well last season, towards the end of last season, I really did feel we kind of rode our luck a lot. So when we're coming in this season, when the bad run started, I thought it just felt easier to just say that, we were a shit team playing shit football. And I'm gonna I have to eat my words now and I have to do it in a public forum, but it is what it is. I have to apologize to Marv and Joe if you're listening. You guys were team playing shit football, and I insisted for more than a lot that we're a shit team playing shit football.
But was I don't know. I don't know if you could be right though, because the team that came up against West Brom was a completely different team compared to the teams that you were playing just before that game. Or
Yes,
I think before Chelsea, I swear he smacked Chelsea. Did you beat Chelsea?
we
Yeah.
did
So
beat
you beat
Chelsea.
Chelsea. Yeah,
We
fuck
beat
Chelsea
Chelsea.
as well because you gave them confidence. That's why they
Oh,
went to go win the West
you
Brom
know, you
game.
know, you know.
That's when we're gonna lose and Arsenal are gonna suddenly start winning. So
See, this is when we beat Chelsea, I kind of felt bad, right? I felt bad because not that we won, because fucking happy about that shit, but I felt bad because it proved Callum right. And I remember before the Chelsea game started, Callum was just gonna be like, "You guys are gonna beat us. I'm gonna start a stupid good run," and I was like, "No, that's not gonna happen. Chelsea's in a good place." And Callum was like, this Chelsea team lives to revive careers and form. And I was just kind of like, no. And then
Confidence.
dude, I'm not even gonna lie. When the penalty went in, I was just kind of like, she could still go run. But when the Xhaka free kick went in, I was just kind of like, it's over for these hoes. Because
Hosed.
honestly, if Xhaka scores any kind of goal against you, it's over for you. Like that's just done. But the turnaround, and this is I think the most important thing is, and this is why it's so like you realize why, like, as much as the way football changes or football has changed with the way of kind of like how there's more pressing in today's game, there's less like defined roles. You realize that even though there's less more defined roles, there's still like creativity still matters. And I think that happened and it showed with Arsenal, especially with the inclusion of three particular players: Martinelli, Saka, and Emil Smith Rowe. So when
Yeah,
those three come in,
Saka been doing a madness though.
bruv, there has been literally since that guy started playing. I can't like it's when we're talking about players and when we're talking about the Arsenal youngsters in particular, I begin to realize how old I am. Because I was just about to go that man, but I was just kind of like, can I call him a man? He's 19.
Hey,
He's 19,
youth,
and I'm
bro.
I'm, I'm going to be 34 next month, right? And I'm just kind of like, he's a kid. That's my younger, essentially.
I
Nah,
thought,
he's been doing a madness though.
yeah, Saka's been playing a good number of games, right? It was only really Martinelli that came back from injury.
Martinelli and Emil Smith Rowe. Because the thing was like, even when the team was doing badly, there were still players that stood out. So when Arsenal was playing badly, Tierney still stood out as a solid player. Some of the like holding in the defense was also relatively solid. No, because like, you see, I see you do that face, right? And I'm not even going to lie. When I was looking at the Arsenal like our run and up to even now, Arsenal is like we have conceded the fourth least goals in the league. So it wasn't that we were losing. It wasn't that we were losing. Like when we lost, we weren't losing badly. We weren't losing by like stupid margins. Apart from the Aston Villa game, where man, boy, that game. Apart from that game, the loss margins have been either 1-0 or 2-1 or in that range. We've been stingy with letting goals in, but we just weren't scoring enough. Which was why when Martinelli comes in, Saka, and the funny thing about looking at Arsenal now is you just know that there is one, the Willian deal looks so very, very stupid now.
Bro,
I
even
like
the Pepe one looking stupid as well, bro.
you know what? I'm not even mad about the Pepe one because
No, you
here's
have
the
to be
thing.
mad, man. That's 72 down the drain, bro.
So look, you know why the Pepe one doesn't bug me. The Pepe one doesn't bug me because at some point, even though we're going to take a loss on that, if he doesn't come good, and I've not given up hope on him
What do you
just
mean
yet.
if? Bro, that has been there for now?
Literally a season.
Oh, has it only been 1 year?
Yeah, just a season. Yeah, he came last season.
in
I thought
Jack.
it's been a year and oh, is it? I thought it's 18 months now.
But yeah, you know what's fucked it? COVID has fucked it up
Oh
because
yeah,
the
yeah, that's
season
true.
interrupted and all that. So yeah, he's only been
Mm-hmm.
with us 1 year. And
It's not
here's
good enough.
here's the thing: is like if we had gotten him for a lower price, I don't think it'd be an issue. But the reason why Pepe doesn't bug me, even though he's bought, so we bought him for 72 mil. Worst case scenario, we sell him for his proper value, 30 something, right?
What kind of loss?
Sorry,
That's-
dude. Look here, my man is an FA Cup winner. Let's not even knock it. Let's even say,
Played 42 games for you, D.
yeah, I don't. At this point,
That's
I
a
really
lot
don't.
of games, bro. No, was that start? That's not starts though. How many starts is he at?
26 starts.
And
Uh,
he's got a good goal assist ratio. But that like here's the thing: whichever way it plays out with Pepe,
yeah,
right?
Callum, check that one. There's still man.
You're a dickhead.
check
This
that. Check that,
this
man.
confident Deji is a dickhead.
It's
I
not
don't like
confidence.
it.
I just want
I don't
facts.
like
That's what I
confident
want. I
Deji.
want facts.
He scores or assists in 1 in 5.
So look here, if not for 72 mil, that would be a good return. Let's call it what it is. If not for 72, it's an okay return. If you were getting that kind of production from James at United, you'd be happy with that.
yeah, that's true. No, that's fair enough.
So, say for example, with Pepe, and this is why Pepe's case is different from Willian. With Pepe, we can move him on and kind of get some money back. We're stuck with Willian for 3 years. Nobody is touching. Like as I watched Willian play against who was it? It was against Newcastle. As I watched Willian play, I was literally looking at this guy going, and I was just kind of like, "Oh my god, this man is radioactive." Literally, no one will touch him. We cannot shift that contract in any shape, form, or manner. That's how fucked Arsenal is. But then, like I said, the progress, the reason why the team is doing better now is I think we've unlocked something because we have youngsters in. We have Emil Smith-Rowe playing something that resembles a 10. And this is, Ben feels very smug about this. Ben has been calling for Saka to play on the right since last season. And now that he sees Saka doing well, every game, Ben messages me and goes, "Oh, look at that. Saka's doing well." If only someone had predicted this. If you think Smug Deji is bad, the worst
No,
thing.
but you know what? Yeah, I feel sorry for Martinelli though, like the injuries and stuff like that, man. I think when he played, because I watched the Chelsea, did he come? He played against Chelsea, innit? Yeah, when he played against Chelsea, I thought he looked bare sharp, man. I was like, shit, he's actually pretty decent, man. He's actually sick. And I didn't watch him before, but
oh no, the good news is the ankle injury. I think he may have exaggerated how bad it was because he left the match, the warm up crying and in tears. But he did a check. He's back in training now. He may not meet the Crystal Palace game tomorrow, but he's up. He should be up for our next game. So fingers crossed for him. But like that injection of energy just essentially revitalized the team and revitalized the season for us. And
Chelsea, man, you fucked up the whole set, bro.
Can I just say, Callum? I say this.
Yeah, it's gonna be dumb.
I am hurt by that.
No, go on. Say, all right, finish what you was gonna say then.
I was going to say thank you, Callum, for believing in your team and believing they would resurrect our season. Firstly, that. And secondly, it's just kind of like, yeah, just thank you, Callum, for just the things that you say when you say it. Because I didn't have the belief. Lord knows I didn't. And then you said it, and it was like the universe heard you and just went, "I'll run with this." And I appreciate that. You're a good friend.
Yeah, but I knew that Arsenal were never that whole when people were going, they're gonna get relegated and all that, man. You're too much of a big club for that to happen. And you know what? On Arteta's behalf as well, like he did very well to change up the whole team coming up against. I saw he changed the whole team up against Chelsea, in it. Like to be able to do that, you have to give man credit for that, man. Do you know what I mean? And it shows you for a lot of these big managers and stuff like that. I think it's starting to show, or people are getting more confident. And I think COVID has a part to play in this as well. That people are being more confident in their youth system, man, and actually trusting them a little bit more. I think Chelsea obviously were the first to do it, but I think everyone else is starting to clock on, and it makes a lot of sense because I think in that time where you have these players who are constantly on the pitch, or I'd say like the players who we just expect that they're going to do well, they start to get a bit more, they get a bit complacent in it. And then when you have that injection of these youths coming in who are raring to go and they believe that, yeah, they should be in the first team, it changes the whole set, man.
The thing for me is this. If you're good enough, then you're good enough. Doesn't matter how old you are, where you're from. It doesn't matter anything. Like, Dave, if you were to take out Bruno, like if someone suggested taking out Bruno, would you take him out? No, because he's like one of your best players. Equally, if someone suggested to take out I don't know who's killing it for you guys. Maybe, I don't know, you're not feeling Rashford for some reason, but a lot of people would say don't take him out of the team, right?
Oh no, a lot of people have said that. Loads of people saying don't take him out of the team because he has the moments, innit? He has 1 or 2, 3 moments that somehow work. Do you know what I mean? But I get what you're saying though.
So like when you're talking about Arsenal, like Arteta did well to change it up, innit, for against us at least. One thing I was questioning is why did it take him so long? Like there were you have these players, like even fans of other clubs who were seeing, like I was seeing Emil Smith Rowe every time he played, he had an impact. I don't understand why he didn't get the time.
I think part of the reason it was twofold with why the U20 introduced earlier. One, I think Arteta is showing his newness as a manager because let's remember this is his first season, and I think he was leaning in more on experience to save him rather than looking at the assets that he already had on the table. And because of that, I think part of it, because he was trying to create like a cultural consistency with them, some players kept getting on the team sheet, which like outside analysts were looking at it and just going like, how is this man's name still on the team sheet? And specifically, I'm looking specifically at Willian for that shit. Because I like every time I saw Willian, don't get me wrong. But
you got to say Laka as well though, because Laka weren't putting in the numbers.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Even Aubameyang towards the last 5 games.
Yeah.
No, but like, see, with Lacazette and Aubameyang, the reason why I always give them props is I give them not props, but I give them like a bit of leeway is because there was no creative hub in the team. If you're gonna have like Lacazette for the things that he does well, he's not supposed to be a false 9. He's not supposed to elevate play and take ball forward. He doesn't do it well. The best times that
he was doing well before, mate. Even like you haven't had a creative hub, and Aubameyang was doing well.
Yeah, I was going to say that as well.
And this was the thing that I realized even as I was watching Aubameyang and what I was afraid would happen towards the end of last season. Last season when Aubameyang was playing on the left, I think teams weren't used to it. Now in this season, coming to this season, I don't like if you watch Arsenal constantly, the way defenders mark Aubameyang out of the game is completely different. So because they know the ball, like everyone is trying to get the ball to him, they smother him closer to the line and make it harder for him to get the ball.
So was that the contract that he signed? Because he seemed to be able to before he signed
it. Wow. All this
to mark me out of the game, innit?
It's fine. Callum, you get to take your shots. I don't mind you taking your shots. Do you know why? Because your team brought us back from the brink. And I am glad for that. And I appreciate that. And you have earned some jokes just because of that, you raggedy bitch. But no, so I think it was like Arteta leaning on experience. And then honestly, some of the youth players weren't available. Like Saka was already playing, but he didn't have the combination of, he didn't have a player like Martinelli and he didn't have Emil Smith Rowe because Emil Smith Rowe was playing and then he picked up a knock and then he had to like step back and all these things.
Wait, so D, what does Martinelli bring that you don't have without him, basically?
Someone that's actually going to run and chase a ball. Because like Aubameyang and Lacazette, for the strengths that they have, they don't have like when Martinelli was playing, when we played, Martinelli came back against Man City. And honestly, you know when you've been watching a team and you already know the patterns in your head of how they play. There were balls where the midfield will play the ball forward, like Xhaka will make some stupid pass, and I'm looking at him and I'm just going like, who the hell did he pass to? And I would see just one red shirt just like chasing it. And I'm looking at this guy going, why are you even, you got the ball. Amazing. Like, and that was something that I don't think Lacazette and Aubameyang were doing. The problem with Lacazette and Aubameyang, I think, it was a confidence issue where they've been playing so badly, and then they just kind of went with the dip. Now, when Emil Smith Rowe and Saka are playing, Lacazette now has 4 goals in the last 5 matches because he's looking like there are players that he can now do combination plays with that he's actually scoring goals again.
Sorry? What did you guys play last? Newcastle?
Yeah, Newcastle in the FA Cup. But in the league, they had West Brom. He had 2 goals against West Brom. Lacazette scored the penalty against Chelsea. And he got the goal against Brighton as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't count the West Brom one because they're shit. But that's just me. That's bad. That's me personally.
You know
but
what?
well.
It's funny you bring up West Brom because I remember on this same podcast, two motherfuckers were real lippy about how West Brom were not shit.
Nah,
So
West Brom are shit, bro. They are actually shit, bro.
you're welcome to the club. But yeah,
Nah,
enough
they're actually
about
bad.
Arsenal.
They're a bad club.
Like while we speak of a team on the rise, yes, let us speak about a team that's going down.
Well,
How do you feel about Chelsea's recent troubles?
Oh wait, hold on. Before you even start, let me bring up some of my receipts. Yeah, what I say about Tammy?
What do you always say about Tammy? Dave, we've been through this, mate.
He's not. I told you, he's not my guy. He's
Sorry,
not my guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I just say I'm hosting this episode. I don't even need to talk in this segment because I know that Deji has some bones to pick. Tammy Abraham.
No, I've just got receipts. I got receipts. I just got receipts. That's it. I'm coming back. I don't know if I want to come back for a refund or I just want to make an exchange. I'm just trying to find out.
So like Deji has gotten his dig in because he can't help himself.
No, Callum, say it. I interrupt.
Yeah, Callum, what you got? I'm confused because I don't know because after the Arsenal loss, which was baffling to quite a few people, after the Arsenal loss, including myself, I was baffled as well. But after the Arsenal loss and then not being able to like right the ship, was it more a thing of like do you feel like Lampard is being found out? Or do you just think this is just a bad run and things are going to bounce back?
I think it's a bit of both, if I'm honest. A little bit of both. We are going through a bad run, definitely. It's only been 5 games I think people these days seem to have some amazing lack or ability to lack perspective. Before those 5 games, we were 16, 17 games unbeaten, albeit the opposition weren't like at the top, but that's still to be able to do that in the top tier of English football is something at least. I think there's a few things, man. If we go back to the first one, which was Everton, to lose that game.
Was Everton? No, your current bad run started with Arsenal because I think you guys did well before us.
No, bro. I'm even looking at it now, bro. I think they had a draw against Krasnodar or whatever that team is in Champions League, and then from there it's just been downhill. Other than I think you beat West Ham, and that's it.
Now that Krasnodar team was basically like our academy, basically. So I wasn't too bothered.
Right, okay.
Because we'd already qualified from Champions League, innit? But we lost 0 to Everton. That game, we hit the crossbar or post 3 times. We literally, that's when everything just started to go down, right? And the thing for me, I wasn't so bothered about that game specifically. It was frustrating and that, but for me, the bigger one was Wolves, because no matter what happens in a game, right? The next game, you want to see that reaction, you want to see that energy, you want to see the drive, even you're just fighting for everything, second balls, all of it. And I didn't see that in Wolves. So for me, it wasn't so much the first loss against Everton. We created chances against Wolves as well. But all the expected stats, again, the Everton game went for us. But just didn't happen. We went back to making individual errors again. Against Everton, it was obviously Mendy coming out for whatever reason and taking out Calvert-Lewin. And then after that penalty, they basically shut down shop and just put two lines of defense basically. And then Wolves, it was a deflection for Podence's goal to literally go right in the postage stamp of top corners. And then it was a good goal. The second goal against Wolves, it was good. It was a good goal from Neto, but really bad defending from Zuma. I think all of Zuma's deficits or lack of abilities in some areas, we would all agree that he is strong and fast. And I think that he let himself down against Neto. He should have bullied that guy, taken him out at the very least. Then we
I am a fan of defenders doing that, yes.
You know what I mean? Then the next one, West Ham, we won. I thought we deserved to win that game. Arsenal, we lost. I thought personally we were a bit unlucky, but not that we deserved to win. We didn't show the same drive and fight. You guys outfought us, definitely. But you look at the goal.
Arteta's job was on the line, and I think he told the lads of just kind of like, please, I want to go into 2021 with a job.
Like,
you have to do this for me.
For me, it was a debatable penalty. For me, it wasn't a penalty. Then obviously you have
what? When?
That
was a penalty for sure.
For me, it was. I've seen them not given. Definitely.
It doesn't matter, man. You held that corn, so you have to hold it.
And the other two goals, what can you say? Like, Saka will never score one like that again, and Xhaka will have to wait about 3 or 4 years for the next.
Now you're not rating. He said he done it on purpose, bro.
He did do it on purpose. He did it on purpose. And your jealousy is what is leading to slander. Because I am willing to take the young man at his word.
Wow.
Yeah, same. I believe him. I think he done it on purpose. I believe him, man.
Thank you very much, Deji. Like, most of the time you're a dickhead, but now you've shown through.
Excuse me, sir?
Excuse yourself. Excuse yourself. But no.
How dare you?
Callum, sure. Callum, so what you're saying now is, do you think like Lamps is going to figure it out and like?
Hold on, you didn't talk about the City corn, man. You held that corn as well, bro.
I was about to say Villa.
That one was bad.
City, like that was the worst game I've seen us play in a long.
Yeah, that one you held that one properly though.
Equally, City have been trash up until that game.
Yeah, this is the thing. That's the interesting thing.
But no, but let's be honest. If anyone was going to revive City's season, it would be Chelsea because they're doing it all over the place. Season,
just handing out. Chelsea's bad club.
They did it from week 1 because when West Brom played them, they gave West Brom 3 goals, and we're just kind of like, welcome to the Premier League, lads. And then they had to fight back and make it 3-3, and that's when Callum decided that West Brom was a good team, and then he started about how Arsenal could lose to them, and I started getting scared because Arsenal started acting foolish. To answer your question, to go back to my point before that, actually, when when Deji was speaking on players, like bringing in players and backing the youth and stuff like that, I think Lampard. What a lot of managers are doing are realizing that a good player is a good player, no matter what their background is, which Arteta has done. And I think that what's happened to Lampard is that he did that originally, and it started working on very much like a meritocracy. If you train hard, you perform during the week, from Monday to Friday, you will play on Saturday. But I feel like now that certain bigger players have come in, he's been put in a position that he's been put in for the first time, where I don't think that he was in before. So players like Werner, Havertz, obviously I think Havertz, he's had a lot of stuff going on as well with COVID, and actually recently I heard that it was really bad, like he was literally knocked out in bed. So for him to be playing again so soon is impressive. But like Timo's problems, that's a bigger kind of system-wide problem. But then on top of that, you bring in the injuries that we've had, where we basically didn't have a single winger available. I just think it's been like a massive thing. Also, Timo Werner's performance for the national team has been really bad. So it's not just like it's something with us. If he played really badly for us, then went away with the national team and killed it, you'd have questions and things like that about the system and how we're using him. But I don't know what's happened is he's deserved way more goals. I think he's hit the woodwork more than.
Yeah, I think he's been unlucky though.
Definitely
been unlucky, man.
I think he's hit the woodwork about 6 or 7 times this season, which is more than anyone else. And if you look at the other chances, like the one against Everton or Wolves, where he like basically cleared it off the line from Giroud's header, like so those,
that's wild.
Plus those ones. If the guy had 10 more goals this season, I think no one would bat an eyelid, basically.
Yeah, different story, isn't it?
Yeah, see, man, we'll see. I'm patient. I think for me, it's about showing the fight and the desire, and we haven't done that in some of the last games.
How do you feel about Giroud over Tammy though?
It's in games like Everton and Wolves, we should have played Giroud, in my opinion.
I think you got to start Giroud from now, bro.
Yeah,
no, I think so personally, man. The guy's putting up numbers, bro, man. And you know what it is, yeah. I get the whole time. The thing is, yeah, don't get me wrong, yeah, because we always have this conversation, and I have to keep reminding myself these men are young, innit? They're still youngers in the game and all that stuff and whatnot, and I get that. But with the way that you guys are playing right now, you need someone who's got the experience. Do you know what I mean? To be on the pitch at this precise moment. Like if you look at us and stuff like that, yeah, it's all well and good having Martial and all that sitting there, but since I've seen Cavani play, bro, like the experience is mad. It's on a different level. It's something that you can't just get that, bro. Like it's crazy. He might not get the goals and stuff, but the way that his mind works compared to everybody else is on a different level. And I think Giroud is the same. Because I used to say this all the time about Giroud when he was at Arsenal. I was like, Arsenal fans are all moaning and shouting at this guy. This guy don't play the type of style you want him to do. It don't work for him, bro. If you play him to his strengths, bro, the guy's got experience, man. His head is screwed on. The football intelligence is there. I think like you guys got to start using him, like especially now. Do you know what I mean? And I get it. You know, Werner's not getting the goals and all that stuff, but sometimes you have to chop bench, bro, for a while, man, just for a little bit. It's true though.
To answer, no, it's true, definitely true, Dej. I think for the answer to your question is that we need to be more flexible depending on who we're playing. Because a lot of teams are sitting deep against us, literally just put in 2 banks of 4 or 5 players. And those games is where we need to play Giroud. For the other games where teams come out against us, like you look at the Leeds game when we played Leeds. Everyone knows Leeds style, they don't change. They came out against us and we battered them. And I think those games are where we need to play Tammy more because and play him in partnership with Werner. Because when Werner was at Leipzig, he was playing with Poulsen, a player who is he's kind of like a bigger presence physically, but he had the mobility to pull the defense away and create that space for Werner, which Giroud doesn't have. That's the only thing that I would say against Giroud, obviously. Not saying that he doesn't try or he doesn't put in effort. He does, but he just doesn't need to stretch the defense.
My thing with Giroud's inclusion, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like when Chelsea get in trouble, either they're losing or they can't seem to go and pick a team. With Tammy, they start playing and they start crossing these long balls into the box.
Yeah,
and it's baffling to me because I'm just kind of like, because against Arsenal, they did that where after a bit you guys started doing these crosses. And literally in the back of my mind, I had a vision of Tammy coming off, Giroud coming on, and Giroud getting a hat-trick, just nodding the ball into the Arsenal goal. And I was thinking like, because that's the thing, like even every time, like not as an Arsenal fan, every time I see Giroud has scored, in the back of my mind, I'm just kind of like, there's a freaking header in it. Because because the man is good at what he does. And like, to back Dige's point, where he's like, Arsenal misused him. Arsenal did misuse him, in my opinion, anyways. Arsenal did misuse him, and I think it's like he's not even, and this is, it annoys me to say it, but he wouldn't be the first player that Arsenal, and this goes back to Wenger as well. I love Wenger. At this point, he's practically my uncle. But but he had a tendency to not play players right, and I'm seeing the same thing with the way Lampard is choosing some of his players. Don't get me wrong, like Deji said, Tammy is young. He's obviously going to improve. But for me, the things that Giroud brings to the table, whether it's, and he's always done this well. He's always been a better link-up player. He links up with other players quite well, and he's always an aerial threat.
World, man. He's the best in the world. He's the best in the world, I think.
Holding the ball. That's what I said. It's just the tech.
My man won the World Cup without actually scoring a goal. Like, you know.
But it's the intelligence. It's the football intelligence, and I think that's what it is. That you can't just get that. Do you get what I'm saying? His brain just works differently, man, and that's why I think that you guys should be using him more now, anyways, than ever.
Giroud's got 11 years almost to the day on Tammy. He's got 11 years of football. I think the thing that I've said it countless times before. I'll keep on saying it until things change. Tammy is a small striker in a big striker's body. It's so like the guy is not built to be a target man from the way that he plays, if that makes sense.
What kind of striker is he then?
He's like a guy I'll give you a little example. Right, this season Tammy's got 4 assists and Giroud doesn't have a single assist. He's built for like little like 1-2s, bursts of pace.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean? Like the goal against Newcastle when Werner in our half, Werner like burst in between those 2 defenders. He just played it to Tammy, and Tammy had a great finish to kill the game. But he ran the length of the pitch. Normally, you wouldn't expect a big man to do that.
Can I ask, Callum, do you think that Chelsea suffer from a lack of creativity in midfield?
Yes, but a massive part of that has been lack of width because of the injuries to our wingers. Pulisic, Ziyech, Hudson-Odoi, all been injured, and then we lost Reece James as well, who was basically a right winger, and Chilwell got injured and hasn't been the same since.
I've seen a lot of people not really feeling Reece James though.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a couple of things that I've seen here and there though.
He's got work to do. He's not a finished article by any means, but he's a lot better than he was last year. I think he's our most improved player from last year for sure. Offensively, I don't think there's many better defenders in the game than him offensively. But he's got a lot of work to do. But also, don't forget, a huge part of that is to do with the players who are playing ahead of him. I don't think he's played with the same player ahead of him more than twice, like 2 consecutive games in his Chelsea career.
Who's Chelsea gone next then?
In our games, who have we got? We have got. We were going to play Fulham on Friday. I think it's been moved to the Saturday. So yeah, Fulham Saturday.
Do you think Fulham is, because you guys did well in the FA Cup?
What do you mean they did? What do you mean they did well? You have no choice.
Lucky.
You have no choice but to do well. That's not even. What do you mean they done well?
Sorry. Here's the question: did they win?
Bro, they had no choice. They couldn't lose.
Look, you say that, but like we all know the teams, like Premier League teams, like the FA Cup is weird. Leeds lost to freaking Crawley.
Not to that team. I think that team's in like division, as in like League 2 or something, even lower than that. No, they had to win. If you guys didn't win that year, I swear I would. Oh man, wow. See this podcast would have been different. This would have been hella different.
So Fulham is towards the lower end of the table. Agreed, Arsenal were there when we beat you guys, but that should be like Fulham should be a completely different beast. Do you think this is the game where you guys can turn it around?
No.
Okay.
No, because the following game we've got Leicester, so and Leicester away as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's a tough it's tough, man. I don't know if this year in the Prem across the Prem if there's going to be many cases of turning it around, because you never know where your next defeat's going to come from.
All right.
That's
Lampard out? No.
Okay.
Again, like actually, that this gives me a nice segue into like someone is talking smug and talking all this good because their team is doing well. So Sunday. This is a nice segue. We've talked about Arsenal. We've talked about Chelsea. Might as well talk to the people of the hour. Like Deji all kitted up in his Man United kit.
We out here, dog. You see this?
Like long time listeners of the podcast will know that Deji has never been this smug or this confident when it comes to talking about Man United.
We out here.
Wow.
We out
again.
Here.
So we're clear in the group, in the WhatsApp group, after the win against Burnley. Deji literally put in, I can't be talking to you peasants. and I was just kind of like, wow. So considering like if Deji was properly active on social media, his bio would literally read Ole out.
Nah, do you know what? I told you, yeah.
Please.
Nah. See, this is the thing, yeah. Don't
Actually,
get
sorry.
me.
Before I let you continue, I have a running theory that Ole has signed a deal with a demon, a devil, some supernatural entity in regards to the Man United currently winning. And it's backed up because every time Ole's job is on the line, United pull off some weird shit.
Listen, I don't know what he does, man. It's
So
mad.
yeah. But Deji, take it away. What do you think?
This is what I'm saying, yeah. This is the Ollie thing, because I'm not gonna lie, because there's receipts out there for me as well, innit? I did say that Ollie wasn't good enough for the job. 100%, yeah, I did say that.
Okay.
But the thing is that in the same breath, yeah, I remember speaking to my friend a couple of days later, and I was like, I think it's when after we beat Leeds or something like that, yeah, I sat there and I was like, mate, the thing is, yeah, Ollie is weird because he does things and I go, bro, that don't make sense. And then he does things and I'm like, that makes perfect sense. And I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you? Why can't you be this consistent? Because you're just playing with my emotions. It's actually just playing. And I'm just like against that Leeds game, yeah, I sat there and I was like, I remember because before that game, yeah, I was like, I looked at the team sheet and I said, yeah, we're going to get banged today. Like, we're going to get dealt with. And then after the game, yeah, I was like, Ollie, you smart motherfucker. What you did in that midfield made so much sense because I think it was Lampard came out and was like, oh, yeah, you know, if you got to beat Leeds, you've got to outrun them and do all this stuff. And then I remember looking at that midfield after the game and I was like, it makes sense. You put Fred and McTominay there because they run. They just run. They're just runners, marathon runners. That's what they do. And I was like, oh, shit, that makes sense. And it worked. And it worked perfectly fine. And then he does that consistent. Do you know what I mean? Like, one game you sit there, you go, bro, what are you doing? Like against the City game, remember, I got angry because I was like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you got to play by you. You have to play by you. Go and win that trophy so you know, so the team knows what it feels like to actually win. Yeah, it's a Mickey Mouse trophy. I get it and all that stuff, but you still need the confidence in it. So when we lost that game, I was like, bro, it doesn't. Everything just didn't make sense. You don't play Lindelof. Lindelof has come from an injury. You've chucked him back at the team. It doesn't make no sense. Buy his own form. Play by you, bruv. Everything possibly. We still probably. I don't know if we would have won or lost that game, regardless if we played by you or not. But I would have still liked to have seen Bailly there, innit? And then I think we were all sitting there. I was all sitting there thinking, bruv, if this man don't start Bailly against Burnley, I'm gonna lose it. Like I'm actually. Oh, if he goes and starts him against what was it? Who did we play in the FA Cup? I think we played. That game was even shit.
It was Watford. You played Watford.
Yeah, Watford. Yeah, I didn't even watch that game because I was like, bro, this. I think I watched like the first 10 minutes and I was like, I know how this is gonna go. I don't want to watch it.
So I think you were very worried in that game because you were like, you didn't want Bailly picking up an injury.
Yeah, to get injured, and then he picked up an injury at half time, and I was just like, bro, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, it doesn't make sense. But I've got receipts out there as well. What I say about Bailly is a sick defender. It's the injuries that mess him up. That's the only thing. So Bailly's out there. Shout out to Bailly still. But yesterday, listen, top of the table. Fucking hell, mate. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that? Nah, do you know what? I'm gassed now. But if I bring myself back down to earth, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I can still see some fuck ups, man. I really can. Like, I can still see some. So if Bailly gets injured, I don't know what to say. If if we miss out on like people like Cavani not showing up and all that stuff, I still see some teething problems and stuff. But for now, bro, I can just be excited, man. They've done all right, man.
Here's a question. So, like, clearly United have been winning, right? They've been in the league anyways, because we all know you're joining us in Europa. But so, like, contract with the devil aside, what do you think Ole has done to the team, or what aspect of the team has improved that has led to this? Because I'm looking at Bruno, right? And I'm thinking Bruno just decided, like, like, I like to watch basketball, and every once in a while, like, most basketball teams have this thing where there's like one superstar player, and then there are days when the team is dipping, and that one superstar player is just kind of like, fuck this, I'm taking this team to the next level, I'm going to carry them on my back. Fernandes did that for United in a couple of games where he was just kind of like, you know what, I did not come to Portugal for this shit. Either it was, banging in the penalties, doing some like creative stuff to get penalties, then, helping another man get a penalty. There's a lot of penalty getting, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, calm down. The way you're saying this is too much, but go on, continue.
But yes, the penalties, that United get a lot of, the penalties. Apart from the penalties, what do you think? Because I thought Fernandes has been amazing for you guys. I think Fernandes came in and elevated his game to a certain level. Surprise, surprise, and Graham Souness is not going to like me saying this, but Pogba seems to have improved in a couple of games.
Pogba has picked up form. You know what it is, yeah? I think, you know what? Maybe the good vibes are working. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's the good vibes, and putting the club in a position where it's like everyone's happy and in a better mood. Also, as well, yeah, I think the players are starting to trust themselves a bit more and trust each other, if that makes sense. I think when obviously there was rumors flying around that when Bruno came in, Pogba wasn't happy because now he's not the main attraction, and everyone was expecting too much of Pogba and all this stuff and whatnot. The defense has been a bit of a shambles as well. So I think Oli
80 million Maguire didn't fix that.
Oh no, fuck him. I can't have to be careful when I say that, because I don't mean that as a person, but he's not a good. I don't think he's good anyways. I think it's a waste of money. Huh?
Sorry, what's that, Callum?
Deji was about to say he's not a good footballer.
He's not. He's dead. He's not good. He's not good. I don't like him. I actually don't. I don't think Maguire is a good defender. You
understand he's your captain, right?
I understand that, and I don't understand why we gave him the captain's armband. Even when he came and he got it straight away, yeah. The funny thing is, it's so annoying. Is straight away, because he's English and because of World Cup and all the headers he was doing, straight away he got captaincy. And I was like, bro, I've never seen this man vocal. Never seen him vocal. Yesterday, I think Pogba was more vocal than Maguire, and he's our captain, bro. And the thing is, yeah, the only reason why I say that is because look at the captains that possibly all of us has had. Do you get what I'm saying? And see how, like, Roy Keane is the most vocal captain. Even Rooney, when Rooney was captain, my man was vocal, bro. If we were losing, this guy was on it. He was on everyone's case. Maguire just looks like he's there just having good vibes. Oh yeah, I'm at Man United. It's true though. He's not good, man. He's not good at all, man. I don't think he's all right. Yesterday, he did pretty decent. But the person who commanded that back four yesterday for me was Bailly, bro. He was on a different level. But in terms of like what Ollie's doing, I think Callum said something earlier. I think he's picking the right players for certain teams that we face. I think he's doing that. I think he's learned enough now on the job to do certain things. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, he's understanding that, yeah, chill, man. He's understanding that, there's a use for McTominay, Fred, Pogba, and Bruno, how to use them, when to use them. The only thing, there's still some things where I'm thinking like he's still doing a bit too much favoritism. One of them definitely we have to talk about is Rashford. I think, I'm not saying Rashford is crap or nothing, and again I have to remind myself he's still young, but this guy's finishing is
just say, I don't mind when you talk about Rashford, but here's my thing when you talk about Rashford. Since last season, since he signed that contract for about $350 a week or a month or whatever, Deji was literally saying, my man doesn't deserve that money from time.
Nah, what's he gonna go on next though? What's the next amount of money?
I'm not even knocking that. But when Deji decides he don't like a player, look at Tammy Abraham. Deji is always the receipts.
No, so, but as we said earlier on, he's a moments guy, isn't it? It's a look. Even yesterday, he got the assist yesterday for Pogba, bro. Throughout that whole 90 minutes, he didn't do anything.
So again, I'm just gonna say I don't trust your judgment on Rashford. I would have to talk to another United fan about that guy. But there are two players that you did mention that I was thinking about. Scott McTominay has been good it seems he's been good in like without being flashy, in that he's come on, he's done his job, and he's just been kind of like one of these background players that really gets shit done. And then secondly, another player that we have to talk about is Paul Pogba, because his agent has made a lot of noise that Pogba's gone in the summer.
All right, so let me throw this question out to you guys, yeah. But this might be for another show when we do a debate show. Who is really in control of what these footballers say? Is it them themselves or is it their agent?
I think that's a debate show by itself.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Because as much as like, don't get me wrong, man. Listen, man. If we put ourselves in that position, right, everyone's human. Bruv, you're playing in a team where half the fans don't like you. every time you do a video of you dancing, everyone goes, "Oh, you're not serious."
Graham
Bro,
Souness?
yeah, trust me. Yeah, Graham Souness is for one. Everything that Pogba, even if Pogba sneezes, he didn't sneeze in the right way. Bro, like, leave the guy alone. Let him breathe in it. Do you know what I mean? And I think where everyone's putting that, bro, you yourself, you'll be like, bro, why have I come here to come and receive this shit? I was having good vibes in Italy, bro. And I came to England and people are just like putting my name through the mud, bro. As a human, you would be like, bro, is there really a point of me staying here? And then remember, obviously you're gonna have these conversations with your family. You're gonna have this conversation with your wife. You're probably gonna you talk to. I don't know how often he speaks to his agent or how often footballers speak to their agent, but you're passing comment. You're gonna have these conversations with your agent. But what's his name? What's his name again? What's his agent's name again?
Raiola.
Yeah, Raiola. Raiola is a dickhead, anyways. In general, that guy, he's just there for the money, man. That's all it is, isn't it? He will say anything, man, for clout. So it's one of them things, in it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think, yeah, don't get me wrong. You know, people will say, yeah, he's just playing for the move, innit? You know what I mean? And that benefits us. That's fine.
I wasn't going to mention it because you already think I'm a dickhead, so I wasn't going to say that. But like,
no, but that's fine, innit? If he wants to do that, that benefits us as well. Then we get the 90 odd mil that we actually paid for him. So either way, everybody wins, innit? Do you know what I mean? But I think, as I said, man, Pogba's form is on point, man. And whatever he's going through his head, is going through his head, innit, man? Do you know what I mean? But Scott, even on Scott, let's talk about Scott.
Yeah, because I know, like, because I've seen United fans, some United fans complain about him like not being good enough, not doing a good job, and he kind of struck me when I've been seeing him. He keeps making the team sheet, and he kind of struck me as kind of like with Rob Holding at Arsenal, where Rob Holding has been in an effective defense, and he's done his job well, but he doesn't get props for it because everyone seems to have this idea of who and how Rob Holding is in the team. And with Scott McTominay, I think he gets a lot of that with United fans as well, where they're just kind of like, this kid, we don't rate him, but he seems to be doing the job and he seems to be in the team sheet.
I like him.
Get rated, to be honest.
Say that again.
I don't know why Scott McTominay don't get rated. I said it before.
See, I like him. I like him because he is the. I don't want to say John O'Shea, but he's the John O'Shea Fletcher-esque player.
Brown player.
He's just no. Do you know why? Because he just does. We don't expect him to do much.
Amazing.
But, yeah, we don't. You know what I mean? Do you know the type of player that I'm talking about? Like, we don't.
That's
you work. You came to work and you done your job, and then you go home.
You struggle to find the words to describe what you do, but somehow you do it. And like, you know me, yeah. You see me, yeah. When I go to work and they say, "Can you do this job?" I go there and I do the job, and then I leave. That's Scott. He just came to work, and then that's why I was saying I don't understand why United fans don't want him at the club.
No, but you know why? Because everybody it's a bit like the whole Pogba situation. You expect too much. You sit there and you want him to do the through balls and all this stuff. Bro, he's not built for that, man. The man comes there and he just works.
He does kind of do it.
No. His passing is terrible, man.
Really? You think so?
Yeah. His passing is not that great, man. Have you ever seen him make a solid forward pass, bro? All his passes are sideways.
I'm not like on Scott McTominay watch every single week, but I do
his pass sometimes, man. He does frustrate. His passing frustrates. When it becomes a defensive thing, he's good because he causes problems and he's a runner. Like I said, marathon runner. He's out there doing 1500, isn't it? So when he's doing that.
When you talk about Scott McTominay, something I did realize that I noticed about him is he strikes me as one of those players that still manages to do those old school tackles and get away with it and not get like yellow carded and stuff. Like when I've seen some McTominay make some tackles where I'm just kind of like, yeah, that player definitely felt that shit. He felt like Scott was on his case. That was effective. Like, Scott tackles in a way that I imagine defenders of old, where, you know, when back in the day when a defender would like take down a striker, and you could almost see him literally telepathically tell that player, "This is my house. Welcome to hell. I will fuck shit up." Yeah, that is how I see Scott tackle sometimes. I can't remember who he was playing, but he left something on that player.
Right, remember PSG? Did you watch any of you watch the PSG game?
It was Neymar,
PSG bro. Game. Against Neymar, Neymar would have swung for man if that was in a park. He would have said, You know, and it's not even swinging because he made a bad tackle. It's swinging because, you know, last week you was doing all them skills and everyone was rating you. This week you can't do them skills. Not Scott's like, nah, not today, fam.
It's like, you know that ones where like those old school tackles where effectively the player that the tackler is just telling you, like, I don't care what you thought was gonna happen. You're in my house.
Yeah, bro.
And you will be respectful. Them,
no,
like
Scott just comes to work, man. You know what? I've never not liked him, man. Like he's you know, like as fans, we're all emotional, and there's times where you're just like, oh, you know, screw this guy. But overall, I like Scott because he just comes to work. He came to do his job, and then he's going home to sleep. That's it. And then
just to be clear, Deji, you don't not like him, but if he left your club, you wouldn't care.
I think we can get better.
Okay.
That's what I say. Like we can get better, but every club needs a workhorse. Every club needs it, no matter what. You need that person, and he's and the thing, you know how much I hate passionistas, isn't it? I hate passion, in it, but he's there in it. You need one. You do need one, man.
You did no, because you say that, but like they're players. Like I look at like a player in that mold that has gone on to have like an amazing career is James Milner. James Milner, you don't rate James Milner as like, oh, amazing talent, like we've never seen this type. But in every club he's gone to, he's done the business and done it for them well. Because I remember, I think in the last season at Man City, before he left Man City, he was coming on and like doing some super sub shit where City would be drawing us some shit. Milner would come in, banging a goal, and he had like a couple of games, and I was just kind of like, what is, like, he's the one player where regardless of, I would have him in my every team that I can think of, whether it's the old or new school. I'm always going to keep a space for Milner because he strikes me as one of those players where he can come into the game, and Klopp or his manager at the time would just look at him and go, you know what, keeper's picked up an injury, you're gonna have to go and go, and he'd be like, okay, boss.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So you know, there's people, you know, some when you go to work and there's that person where they're not a salesperson, they're just in the front, they're concierge. And then you just go to them and say, listen, man, today is a bad day. We've got 6 people called in sick. Can you be a salesperson? And the person goes, yeah. And then they do it. And then you're like, why are you not a salesperson? That's Milner. That's Milner there, bro. Bro, every position, I've seen this guy play left back, right back, and he's done it well. I swear what's his position? I say he's a centre mid.
Like, and it's not even like he's done it, or he only started doing it at Liverpool. From Aston Villa,
bro, he's done it for time.
He's been like every time I see James Milner, I'm expecting at the very least a 7.5 out of 10 game from him, on the regular, right? And I think that's like it's those kind of players, because they're not flashy, because they don't get enough props, and it's not until I think sometimes not until you lose that kind of player that you then appreciate what they brought to the table. And what they did.
I've always liked Scott, man. I don't expect him to be. I'm not saying he's sick. Like, I will never ever go into an argument going, Scott McTominay is amazing and all that stuff. But like I said, man, he does his work, man. He comes in and does a job, bro. That's what you expect of him, man. That's as simple as that. But as for Mr. Rashford, yeah, bro, he's got a lot to learn, man. I think.
Here's my question.
You mate just quick time follow up on United Rashford, innit? So across all competitions in 2020, 2021, goals minus penalty kicks, so not counting penalty kicks, United is topping the ranks Rashford is topping the United ranks, and for goals and plus assists, except for penalty kicks, he's also topping the ranks.
Yeah, but this is the thing, though. As I said to you, like, when you look at the stats, everyone will go, oh, yeah, it's perfect. But if you actually watch him, like, if you just watch a game and watch him, bro, he can go a good, 90 minutes of not even 90 minutes. Yeah, let's say he can go 90 minutes of doing absolutely nothing, go into 3 minutes of injury time, he gets an assist, and everyone goes, oh, yeah, perfect. It was. Seriously, this is no joke or nothing, because I've seen what other people have said, and I've spoken to a few people, and I was talking to my boy as well, because we used to have this argument about Rashford all the time, and I've always said that, again, despite not looking at his age, I've always said that he doesn't look that good, but he even called, when I even spoke to him last, he even said it as well, and I said, look, bruv, And you know what? The question I wanted to ask as well is that what's the difference between him and Lukaku? Because everyone used to moan at Lukaku and go, "Oh, Lukaku don't do nothing throughout the game and whatnot. He has to have bare chances before he scores and whatnot." Rashford is doing exactly the same thing. Yeah, the difference is the touches, but we can't even say touches because my man is ripping it up in fucking Italy. Do you get what I'm saying? But
I think the Lukaku goes back to what we were chatting about Giroud and stuff, innit? Like using a player how he should be.
Yeah, 100%. And I think with Rashford is, as I said, like if you actually watch him yesterday, bro, just like every other time when I've watched him, it's just he did nothing. He did absolutely nothing. Then he just got that assist, and then everyone will now go.
Here's the thing with the. Sorry, Callum. Yeah, go.
I was just gonna say on the Rashford thing, is your description of doing nothing, not burying chances, or is it literally not creating, not getting in a position?
Nah, bro, man, yesterday, did you watch the game yesterday? You guys watch it?
Yeah, bits of it.
Did you see how many times this guy ran into traffic?
Okay, so it's that kind of
even City, City, he did the same thing as well, right? This guy was it's almost like he just beat your man. Like, what did I say? Who was it that I said that? Look at the age mate, he's beating his man. What did I say yesterday?
Yeah. I don't even know, but I like it's never that train is never late. Every once in a while, I expect they just go look at your age mate.
Bro, there's people. Listen, but there's people out there beating, man, and you're just struggling to beat someone. Like, I don't get it.
Here's my question. You're critical of Rashford, right? How about Martial?
No, but the thing is, Martial missed a couple of sitters yesterday, but I think Martial offers a little bit more in terms of like he holds the ball and he brings people in.
But essentially, the main difference between Martial and Rashford for you is the eye test. You're looking at Martial and going, he seems active and he's doing stuff, but like Rashford, because like I said, your bias shows when Rashford is in the conversation.
No, it's not a bias, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's not bias, man. If, as I said to you, like if you watch if you can watch the next couple of United games and just tell me, bro, what he actually offers, like what he's offering at the moment. If you put him, like, what game was it that me and you, Callum, we had a debate about? I was like, bro, 1-on-1, this guy is not. I can't trust him to bury it. I cannot. I'm not gonna throw Martial's name in there because I know yesterday he had a 1-on-1 and he fucked that one up as well.
I'm just saying.
I trust Martial and definitely trust Cavani 1-on-1 situation. More than likely they score it. And with Rashford, man just blast it, bruv. Man's trying to do knuckleball from like when he's 1-on-1 with the keeper, bruv. Oh, you're laughing, but am I lying? You've seen it, bruv. You've seen it. Man's doing knuckleball. I'm like, bruv. Use bit finesse, just small, just a tiny one. Just trust, just R1 and square, bro. That's what you need to do, bro.
Because I know at this point, if left, you will keep going on forever and ever, just talking about Rashford. But we're gonna have to come to an end on this like lovely discussion. Oh, speaking of who's like Chelsea, I know Chelsea got Fulham next if that match goes through because COVID be fucking around with shit. But Chelsea got that. Man United, top of the table clash next for them, right?
Bro, Liverpool, innit, man? Like I said, I'm happy to go in there with if we come out with because we beat Burnley, I'm happy to come out with a draw in that game, man. If we can go for the win, let's do it, man. But I'm happy with a draw.
Hope the 1-on-1 chances fall to either Martial or Cavani and not Rashford.
Yeah,
and you're smiling, and have Scott remind the Liverpool midfielders that they're in his.
You know what's funny? Yeah, I don't know. It's hard, to pick that game. Do you know who I didn't even shout out as well? I was even gonna say, sorry, before we even go, Matic, bruv.
Oh,
Matic Matic is different. And I was saying yesterday, I was thinking about it at yesterday's game as well, and I was like, it's funny because I remember Matic for Chelsea. He used to try and be. Sometimes you just pick up a Ronaldo-esque and try and run, and I'm like, bruv, just chill out, bruv. You haven't got that one in your locker. And then when Mourinho was there, he used to do it for us as well. But now he's changed his game. In the last couple of games that I've seen him play, he's actually just kind of sat back and been part of the cleanup crew. So shout out to him as well. But it's very difficult for that.
United win the league then?
No, I'm not gonna say that. You want me to go on one? Listen, I haven't bought that one yet, bro. You can't give me a receipt for that one. No, definitely not, bro. I haven't bought it yet, bro. That one is still in the shop. I'm not getting the receipt.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. That was a setup because I was hoping to get that.
Don't try it, right? I'm just now. Don't get me wrong. After we have this podcast, I don't want you man to chat to me. Don't message me nothing on Sunday. Can't talk to you, man. Now we can't talk. We're not on the same. We're not on the same level.
We're ending the podcast now. So we now know that it is going to be unbearable until hopefully Liverpool humble them when they play. I'm taking
it. Liverpool. If we beat Liverpool, oh my days!
Well, you got two, because you got the league this Sunday, and then you got the FA Cup, right?
No, we got. Who do we get? Oh shit, we got Liverpool in this FA. I think we got. Is it Liverpool City?
No.
I forget. I don't care about FA, man. I want Prem. If we beat
honestly, them... I'm glad. I need you to have that spirit because honestly, at this point, it's practically Arsenal's trophy. So if you guys
Well, D, I was gonna say, because the fifth round, like the possible matchups in the fifth round came out, right? So this is gonna be pretty interesting because for the quarterfinals, i.e., the round after that, there's gonna be lots of big teams missing because only one of United, Liverpool, or West Ham will go through. Only one of Wolves, Southampton, or Arsenal are going to go through. One of Everton and Spurs are going to go through. There's lots of teams that will be cut for the quarterfinals. I think it's interesting, man.
Like I said, it's our trophy. It's all good. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna draw. That's what we're gonna draw the a line right under this episode. Thank you very much for putting up with us for about an hour and a bit while we talked about our various teams. And the things that we say, and I'm you guys don't know it. Like for those who listen to the podcast and don't watch it on YouTube, I'm going to hurt Deji, and it's going to be justified because
we beat Liverpool, I don't want nobody.
Anyhow. It's a pleasure to bring you the podcast. We love you guys. If you're on the subscribe, tell people about it.
Yeah, man, like it, man. It's free, bro. You just have to click a button. You have to pay for it. Just like it, share it.
Until YouTube start charging for that, just and all that. I just do that jazz. But yeah, thank you so very much. Hopefully I know it's been a while, but we're trying to come up with a better schedule and just start releasing this thing on the regular. Because we do enjoy it and we do enjoy the guys that have been listening. And thank you very much. And yeah, hopefully, your 2021 be better than your 2020. And it ain't even that hard. So yeah, let's do this. Deji, stop showing off. We know your team is doing well.
That's two. Bruv, I done two. Are we second? Bruv, this is one. Come on, man. If we beat Liverpool. Come on.
All right. And we're out. Cheers.
Peace.
Bye. See ya.